Are you sick of hitting bad golf shots, hitting terrible iron shots and missing the green from pretty easy places? Hi everyone, my name is James and welcome back to Get Good at Golf. Today we're going to help you hit better iron shots, longer iron shots, and potentially hit that green a lot more often. So how can I do that? How can I hit better iron shots? With this simple golf lesson, it could absolutely redefine what you think about iron shots and actually become a little bit of a strength in your game. So if I were to stand up and hit a shot into this par 3 here, you'll see we have the hack motion data on the side, and if I were to catch this shot a little bit heavy, you can see I've cut across that, I've took a divot in the wrong place, and the ball's gone straight forward, but it's not gone the desired distance. So we can see there that although that shot maybe looked good on the shot tracer, actually my wrists weren't working as I wanted it to. If we come and look down at the divot here, the divot's pointing a long way to the left. It's actually pointing in the hazard, so we've done well not to hit it into that hazard. So how can I make sure that that ball comes out a little bit lower, a little bit further, and of course potentially even straighter? So what I want to make sure I'm doing is, with my wrist, we can use the hack motion device to make sure on my way back I keep it a little bit flexed here, and make sure the lambkin sign's pointing at my chest, and the top of the backswing here, I feel like again the left wrist may be a little bit cupped. Now on the way down, this is where things get really interesting, because I don't just want to think about what my wrists are doing. Hack motion is a fantastic device. It can help us not only square that club face up, it can help us take away loft dynamically, it can help us do lots of different things with the club. What it can't do is help us move our lower body better to make sure I can do what I want to do. So essentially what I want to do from the top of that backswing is feel like my lower body kicks off the downswing, but I don't want to slide in here, because that's exactly what we did with that first shot. The hips slid into the left-hand side, so I had to try and rescue it with the hands, and you'll see with the hack motion data there, that's exactly what we don't want to be doing. That's how we hit that high poppy one that doesn't go anywhere. That's how we duff it, and for a lot of golfers, that's how we make sure we don't get driver over the pond at the first at Woolley Park Golf Club. On screen now. Are you sick of being terrible at golf? Are you sick of not being able to hit the fairway or hit the desired shots that you want to? Well, fear no more. You don't have to... sorry, Dave. You don't have to be like Dave. There is light at the end of the tunnel.
I hate it.
And you can get better, because Hack Motion now have their biggest sale of the year, 20% off. Do not miss it, guys. Check out the link in the description below if you want to get your own Hack Motion, and we can get you hitting the fairway, hitting more greens, and getting good at golf again. So if I want to make sure that I'm doing this properly, I need to rotate with my hips. So the hips need to turn. I almost want to feel as though someone has their hand in my back left pocket. So from the top of the backswing, my bum cheek moves backwards here. So I'm clearing out the hips, the belt buckle's working towards the target. Now, if you look at the hack motion data at what should be impact, you see I'm actually bowing that left wrist just a little bit through impact. I'm having that forward shaft lean, that's de-lofting the club, and that's going to help me not only strike it better, but the ball's going to launch a little bit lower, launch a little bit faster, and go a little bit closer to that target. So if I were to put this into practice now, you'll see I'm going to try and rotate those hips a little bit better. I'm going to mimic it a little bit before I hit. So that's kind of my pre-shot waggle. Take the club back, feel like the club face is nice and square, and then just move those hips in. So I've got forward shaft lean, left hips move back, and where do we think that weight or pressure has moved? Chris? Left. So it's moved forward. For a right-handed golfer, it moves into the left foot. It doesn't just move into the left foot though, it moves into the left heel. So I feel like I'm almost straightening the left leg. You can see the hip working up there. The pressure's actually working down to do that, and that's where the wrists can come in and again help us with that hack motion device. I know you're saying, James, just hit me one. So ball position in the right place, we make sure everything's as we want. As you can see, that ball's gone on the same line. I've still taken a divot, but I've actually managed to get this club flag high. So left hand side of the green there, we look at the hack motion data, and that's looking a lot better, a lot more pleasing. And actually the divot, if you look at where the tee was there. So the divot's still going left, which I don't particularly mind, but the divot's a lot shallower because all the club's doing is working around my natural arc. And that's what happens when the hips move properly, that's what happens when the wrists move properly, and that's what happens when you want to get good at golf. Go on.